Hello and welcome to another edition of the Property Business Podcast. We have an absolute powerhouse on the episode today, Mr. Gareth Mawdsley. How's it going today, Gaz?
Yeah, very good actually. Yeah, over in Victoria, just in one of the Spaces
Amazing.
offices, just got someone signed up. So yeah, not a bad day
Another
so far.
every time when I look on your website, you get more instructions. You tell me about more sales, which we'll come on to as well. Yeah, so it's actually a pleasure to have you on the podcast today. Gareth, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your real estate career prior to joining eXp?
Yeah, so started off. I moved down to London. I was a mortgage advisor previously, and then when the mortgage market tanked, came down to Foxtons. Went for an interview there, and they said, "Well, we've got no jobs in sales. We'll get you in the lettings team." So knew nothing about it, nothing about the London market, and very good training ground. I was there for a total of 14 years. Worked my way up. I finished as a lettings operations director, working in like central London, Pimlico, mainly, and started off in South Kensington. I don't know, just fell in love with real estate. It was fast paced, great team, great energy, and just realised that I found my job that I loved meeting people. I wasn't fixed to an office. I was moving around a lot. And then as my career went on, running a team, I was a manager. Then you got different stresses, HR stresses, etc. And came
Yeah,
away from sort of everyday estate agency. So I sort of, when I hit 40, my priorities changed. I had my little boy called Theo, who's 3. I was really finding it tough to work those long hours and put what was needed into my role at the job.
yeah,
And then I just, took some time out, took about a month off. Was obviously speaking to you and John with regards to EXP, and it sort of opened my eyes. I know it took a while to make that transition over there, but in reality, it's like anything, you get comfortable, and I did need a change, and
yeah.
then there I was, just
So I,
took it on, and
so I,
yeah, go on.
so I obviously know you. I think we actually joined at Foxtons. So I was in 2010, and I think you kind of joined at a similar time. So obviously I knew you, the Foxtons days. We played a lot of kind of very competitive football games against each other. I've still got your stud marks on my legs. Yes, obviously I knew you from the Foxtons days. We met you 2 years before you joined EXP. So can you talk to us a bit about maybe the concerns about going self-employed, why you stayed where you did, and run us through your kind of thinking about actually, no, I'm going to give it a go eventually.
Yeah, there was a lot of thought process in it. Is obviously I knew I needed a bit more flexibility in
Yeah,
time. When Theo come along, what I've found with my job, I wasn't dropping him at nursery. I wasn't seeing him before school, and then I was getting home when he was already in bed.
yeah,
And then I just realised that I needed a job with more flexibility. And then obviously you guys approached me and said you can make EXP and make real estate work around the hours that you can put in.
yeah,
But then it was more the comfort of having a salary, and then just having the confidence and the belief in myself that I could get a salary similar to what I was comfortable and my lifestyle went around.
yeah,
And I think that was the biggest holdback. And then through that time, I'd sort of watched you and your development with EXP, and you sort of give me the confidence to be like, look, I'll openly show you my figures. I'll show you what I'm doing, how much I'm making, etc., which is very unusual. That most people don't want to share what they're doing, but you openly were like, "Look, I want to give you the confidence to do it because it changed your life and when
yeah,
your priorities changed." And I just needed to basically get some savings behind me. I think once I knew that I was going, I sort of got the plan in my head. It was like, right, okay, just have at least 6 months or 4 to 6 months to cover any shortfalls like your rent, your everyday living. And once you've got that, I just was like, right, do you know what? It's now or never. And then, you know,
yeah,
it's like with the income streams, I never did sales, and obviously we know sales income takes a while to come in, but the rental income is my salary now. And
Yeah.
that's what, it does build up quite quickly, because I'm 4 months or nearly 5 months in, and yeah, it's a decent salary coming in just on rentals now, and then I just treat my sales as like a bonus. So every time a
Yeah.
sale
Yeah.
comes in, that's my bonus money. So the proof is in the pudding. It was like you just got to then just go and do it, and then the how fast you get going is actually quite surprising, because I think what I found is a lot of people, friends, family, when you start on your own, are very willing to give you a chance. And that's all I was asking for, a chance. And then with the
Yeah.
help from you guys and EXP, just put it on Rightmove, Zoopla, same as any other agent, I was like, oh my God, it's actually going to work, this. And I think once you do your first deal, you're like, wow, okay, how do I scale up? This is exciting. So I was waking up in the morning, I was like, right, I can't wait to earn some more money. So yeah, and then what you
What?
realise is when it's your own business, you are talking about it all the time. Because I remember I used to go home from my old job. It's like, right, switch off, done. Never
Yeah.
spoke
Yeah.
about my day. Whereas now I'm in the pub, I'll speak to someone about what I'm doing, and then lo and behold, they're like, "Oh, come and value my place. I'll give you a chance." So, yeah,
Yeah.
it came quicker than I thought. And everybody gives me a chance. So,
Nice.
I can't
We'll come
complain.
on to your. What would have been? We'll come on to eXp in a second. What would have been your next steps at Foxtons? I.e., did you not want to go to that next step? Did you look at? Yeah. What would have been the next step from? So you were an ops director. What was the next step up, and why didn't you want to go for that?
The next step was area director,
Yeah.
and then you'd be looking after 6 or 7 offices. It never came as an option for me, because I don't know. It's KP a lot of KPI
Yeah.
driven. When you're in that position, you're looking at performance, output, etc., and HR issues, hiring and firing. And I realized, from knowing people that do that job, that I think I'd have liked it for a status maybe, but like as an
Yeah.
actual day-to-day doing the job, I, it's not what I would have enjoyed, I don't think. But it's hard to say
Okay.
because I never did it. So,
Yeah.
but that's my honest answer to that. It's
Okay.
sort of just,
And
I don't
then
want to live on KPIs.
so EXP, you are off a flyer. As in, every time I look at your website, you've got all these amazing instructions, sales letters. Can you talk us about your EXP journey so far? The instructions you're getting, the areas you're focusing on, how you're getting the
Yeah.
instructions.
Yeah, so basically it started with, like I said, friends and family,
Yeah.
was the first reach. And then from that, every time that I was getting an inquiry, I would look at where they were living, what they're moving from, and I'd discuss whether I can help them in that direction. And yeah, I've never found an issue getting instructions, because obviously you've
Yeah.
got the freedom to play around with your fee. And I think I was mentioning you this last night, is when you're first starting, I was offering quite very, very competitive fees just to get
Yeah.
going, and almost use them as practice. So like, you're talking 1.5% or 1% fees, etc., just to get some data, get some traction, and that's how it's worked for me. And then
Yeah.
now, obviously, I'm a bit firmer on my price, because you realise how much work it actually takes,
Yeah.
and how much time and energy and speaking about these properties, going to them, etc. Your time is actually precious, so you deserve the fee that you're charging, and
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
with the experience and the advice. Um, the the system itself is really easy. So like, I'm not very I was old school anyway. I was like pen and paper, but to upload stuff, and we've got you gave me a number, which helped, which is like an administrator.
Yeah.
I very quickly started using an administrator to do my descriptions. We use Simon, who's amazing, for our photos and our floor
Yeah.
plan, which I used to work with him many years ago. We can get photos done quicker than I could ever do previously. I can get him out
Yeah.
tomorrow, and they're sent to me that night, and they're online. So speed is really good with EXP,
You were quite
to launching.
you were quite unique. So most of us, we're going to go through onboarding. It takes a month, 2 months. Then after like the third month, we might get a listing. You were like, James, I've got all of these clients. What do I do? I was like, bloody hell. So we need to kind of get you as much help, as much support to kind of get you out there just doing deals. Then on the back of that, you just got listing after listing after listing. And as you kind of mentioned, you're doing sales and lettings. So how many lettings do you have in your EXP portfolio now?
So we've rented 12 since I started. So 12 are in tenancy, and
Yeah,
I've got six that I need to get gone this week.
bloody
But
hell.
the on the sales side, I've got 20 sales, and with the sales, what I've noticed is part of a plan is if they're not performing or they're not, the market's not going to get them the price that they're willing to trade at, or what the minimum they're about to take. I'm always having that discussion about, well,
Yeah,
I can't wait for you to give me the chance in the lettings, because obviously the lettings market is really good in Central at the moment,
yeah,
and long probably may that continue. So I know that if I get a sales instruction and I don't sell it, I don't care, because I genuinely can let it for them. So I'm an all-round package now. So,
yeah,
and
yeah,
likewise, I've got a lot of landlords that are slowly liquidating their property for their property portfolio for many reasons. So with EXP now, I get both sides of the coin. So with very limited sales experience before, I've got mortgage background, so I understand the
yeah,
process. But with the sales, having EXP, there's now 50 agents. Is it 50 agents
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in
In
central
our
London
organisation, yeah,
in our organisation? And if any questions that I can't answer or I'm not sure of on the sales side, I've been able to dip in and out.
yeah,
So with sales progressors as well, realistically, once I've done the viewings and got the offer agreed, I can sort of relax a little bit and pass it over to the sales progressors, who are absolutely amazing,
yeah,
with EXP, and I've got so much confidence in it that I just then go out and find some more. So
yeah.
sales
And
has
those,
actually been quite exciting for me.
yeah, and those obviously, I was a lettings agent as well. I was quite naive to the sales conveyancing. Obviously, we're used to lettings, agree it on Monday, get paid on Friday, happy days. Obviously, now with sales, it's what's this home buyer surveys, down valuations, renegotiations, and after 3 months they pull out. It's like, what is this? But then, as you said, the organisation, we have reliable contractors, we have photographers, EPCs, inventory people, admin assistants, property progressors as well. So we kind of, obviously EXP gives the agents to business in a box. Our organisation gives an extra level of support to help agents like you who have all of these clients to give you as much support to go out there and continue doing deals. It took me 3 months to get a listing. I think I got my first paycheck in month 6 or month 7. Have you already got some exchanges already that you've completed on?
No, so all my completions are set for this month. So
Amazing.
from when I started, so I got 3 exchanges for October.
Wow.
So yeah,
And when,
that's good.
when did you start again? So which month will this be?
So I left in, I think it was like March, April, and then I
Yeah.
I, I needed some time out. So
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
say realistically, I started in May.
Yeah.
Was when I'd done all the onboarding and really got going.
Yeah.
So yeah, from May, and a
Nice.
lot of those ones that are going now, did we had a bit of a flurry in May and June. So
Yeah.
with offers agreed, and then. uh, like even now, the building up the pipeline on the sales side, I think as of this morning, it's like close to 60,000 in the, I think it's like 57,000 in the pipeline as well, and that's not including what's going to go.
Yeah, and yeah, obviously we spoke yesterday. I mean, I've recently agreed a house in Battersea, 1.25 million. My fee is lower on that. You, for a flat that you've recently sold, about kind of 550 at 2.5%, you said that's a £17,000 fee, which is the same house as the same value for my 1.25. So because you're getting those higher fees, I mean that's insane. On a 550 flat to get a £17,000 fee, yeah, it's
Yeah,
incredible.
I was last agent on that one as well, so I think I sort of caught that owner at the right time. Really, really
Yeah,
motivated. Hadn't had much joy, and I think it had just gone stale with everybody else. And
yeah,
I took a gamble, got the photographer around, you know, did a couple of viewings, and then we had an offer come in which was a bit low, sort of met in the middle. And yeah, the deal's done at, at 2.5%. So yeah, it's
Yeah. And if that
good for.
and that £17,000 fee, if that obviously that'll be in your first year, you probably won't cap yet. So you'll get 70% of that, which is circa £12,000, and that's the equivalent of a high street agent doing 120k deal to get 10%, 12k. So you've done that on a flat that's worth 550k. So amazing result. And you've
Fingers
got
crossed it goes through.
yeah, sales 3 months down the line. And talk to us about your power negs. You've kind of built this unique team already. So obviously Kimilo, he was one of your old negs at Pimlico. Can you explain the kind of power team that you have going on at the moment?
Yeah, so Camillo used to work with me many years ago, and then he went off and did marketing, worked in the marketing team, and then we caught up, spoke, told him what I was doing, and then basically was like, I'll do eXp on the side. So
Yeah,
his marketing job, he was quite flexible with his hours, and then he dipped in, started doing the viewings, getting a few friends listings again, starting off rawly. I.e., we put his dad was selling, so we put his dad's one on the market, and we've sold that. That's another one that's due to go at the end of this month. So
nice.
we that's how it started for him, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh my God, this is actually going to earn me more than just doing the marketing." So, as of the 1st of September, Camilla then came full time, and not that he works for me or we just basically work together because a lot
Yeah,
of the time we bounce ideas off each other. Um, we, it, you know, I was used to working in a big team, and when you then sit in like where I am now,
yeah,
most of the time, a lot of the time you're spent on your own.
yeah,
We actually find about 3 days a week, we're actually spending a lot of time together, sitting in the office. We'll do some call outs together, meet clients, etc., together. And we sort of then realize, hang on a minute, we're actually quite a good little team here. So yeah, now we do most things together. Comes on valuations, we get the instructions, and we just decided we actually work quite well, and it's quite fun just to do this together. So we're not both
amazing.
doing it on our own. So yeah, and yeah,
And
we now take some listings on together, and we share the fee. And that's how we work at
yeah,
this moment in time.
and that's the beauty about this, because you obviously get all of the fee yourself. There's more than enough to share, encourage collaboration. That will encourage obviously Camilo to want to work with you and build together. And you've got some, obviously you're from Southport originally. Obviously EXP allows you to list anywhere. So you've got some instructions up in
Yeah.
Southport. How are they coming
Yeah,
along?
so, well, great actually, because basically I was paying an agency in Southport a ridiculous amount. I think it was like 12%,
Yeah,
fully managed. So gradually, as two that I had came to the end, I just put them on myself. Got
nice.
a hell of a lot of inquiries. I even got my sister to go and do the viewings, so I didn't even have to go back to Southport. My
Yeah,
sister did the viewings for me, and I got the offer, and I've saved myself the money. I mean, I've actually got more than I've ever got for them in the past, and I've done it myself. So yeah, it's great if you've got your own portfolio doing it through there, because I've got four up in Southport,
yeah,
which two of them when they do come up, I'll just do myself as well. But
yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
it's great, and you can do it from anywhere. But the thing was as well is like I'm a bit busy now, but I think in time I've got connections up in Southport. I'll certainly talk about EXP. Like even my sister, who's got free time, was going,
Yeah,
bloody hell, is it that easy? I reckon I could do this, you know? So like, it's funny how everyone wants to know how you're doing it and what you're doing. And then when they
yeah,
realize you could actually just do this part time until it really starts kicking off. And then you just switch and you go for it full pelt. And I think, if you look at all the people that do it full time, this job and throw themselves at it, yes, it's hard work, but it is very rewarding. And at the
yeah,
same
yeah,
time, there are people that just love doing it as and when, and it's one of those things that you can't, it doesn't cost you a lot. I think it's like 220 quid a month for sales and rentals to
yeah,
have the
yeah.
opportunity just to dip in and out the market when you want. So yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
it's good.
yeah, you raise a very valid point there. One of the ex-Foxtons colleagues, he's trying to set up his own agency, right move, £1.5 grand, Zoop plus 700, CRM. emails, tech support. If you didn't have an office, your monthly outgoings would be about £5,000 each month. With eXp, it's 125 plus VAT. That's for sales, or it's 175 plus VAT if you want to do sales and lettings. You get a full business in a box, so easy to get going. And I sleep easy at night knowing that if I switch off, my outgoings are literally 175 plus VAT each month. You came down yesterday for a collaboration in Westminster that I'm very grateful for. So I'm selling a flat in Beckenham. Those buyers, they've offered through me, but they need to get their place sold in Pimlico, right next to Westminster Cathedral. So using the collaboration that we have, obviously I invited Gareth down to come and collaborate on that viewing. We're going to split our fee. And obviously that was your old patch. So you came down there, met the client. We're going to collaborate on that. We're going to both speak to the vendor, but then you're going to do all the viewings. Then you've got a flat literally next to next to that. So you'll be able to kind of cross sell as well. So yeah, we do all that we can to help, but you're going to be helping me in that instance because you're obviously a
Yeah.
prime central London agent as well.
Yeah, well, I had a funny enough about 10 minutes before coming onto this call with you, Elsbeth, who works around this area as well.
Yeah,
She'd gone on holiday for 2 weeks and she called me up. She said, Gareth, do me a favor. She said, just got a listing over in Luther Street. She said, you're more than welcome to collaborate and share with that one and step in. And then obviously I'm looking after another one that she has as well. So again, I always worry, well, when you're employed and you go on holiday, who's going to look after your business? The
yeah,
proof's in the pudding is everybody in this in our network certainly are very happy to share everything we have. And obviously, if we can't service it for the client, it's like, hang on a minute, we can. We've got
yeah,
there's about 6 or 7 agents that will step in when you're away. Just give us a set of keys, and we'll take over. And like you said, there's so much money in the pot that you do not mind giving 50% of whatever you're making to someone else, or if it's just the viewings, you can give them 25% or whatever.
yeah,
It's the freedom basically just to make things work. And what I've noticed with myself and what I'd say that I'm most improved on since leaving the corporate world is it sharpens your toolbox. You literally uh, on it. You want to negotiate all the time, and you open the door for opportunity. You can be sitting
yeah,
at lunch, and then all of a sudden, next minute you've got a deal here, and you meet infantry clerks, and they're giving you stuff because you're giving them stuff. And
yeah,
business to business is amazing when you go self-employed. Everybody is willing to uh, work with you and interlink. So yeah, that's
yeah,
one of the things that I would say is like my negotiating skills and my uh, time management, my accountancy, my marketing. Like
yeah.
you are everything, but
You
don't
love
be
doing it.
afraid if no, but don't be afraid of it. Like I don't know. I didn't know anything. I was stepping into this, the unknown. And what you do is you
Yeah,
realize, you realize how much you know already,
yeah,
but then how much you need to get good at. And then that just, you're only going to improve yourself and your own development as a better all-rounder.
yeah,
Because you've got no other option. There's no safety net. There's no backup plan. Your back's
yeah, yeah.
against the wall, and you just go out there and do it. And that's what I've found. It's like I feel alive now. So yeah, it's good.
Amazing. And how do your typical days, work days, weeks compare to your previous corporate work days?
Um, well, there was a very obviously Foxtons really well. You just got very like they have a very good routine, and the routine,
Yeah,
and a structure. Sorry, to your day does help. The call outs and client contact, etc. And when I first started this, I was very reactive. Because I had the time, I could do a viewing over
yeah,
in Ealing, I could do one in Battersea. And as you get busy, you go, hang on a minute, I actually need some structure again.
yeah,
And in time, you find your structure. So now I'd say my typical day is very similar to how it was in the corporate world. It's like I will do by uh, looking for new business in the morning, my client contact, if I've got offers to agree, all till
yeah,
about 12. And then from then on, I go and do some viewings
yeah,
and meet people. And I would say now a lot of my time is like just business development in terms of meeting investors, going to, so even tonight, so I'm going to a Knight Frank and Oliver Bernard property launch over in Notting Hill. It's not
Nice.
my it's not my patch, it's not this, and I'm going because from previous experience, just going talking to property people,
Yeah.
an opportunity might come along tonight that I didn't even expect. I might get a joint listing or
Yeah.
something from it. So what I find is just say yes to everything and go to these property events. And we now do our own, don't we? And like we did one
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Yeah.
Tooting, and you know. You see, there's opportunity everywhere. So I like now, yeah, I'm just doing everything.
Amazing. No, you mentioned the events. Obviously, the last one that we did, linking it to Jaroon, that was an awesome one in Tooting. That is for the agents to socialise, also to invite other agents, not of eXp, into our network, see what we do, how we help each other, how we're helping each other's business to grow. Obviously, we are doing an event in November at the other house, so we've reached out to them to book an evening. That'll be yourself, Jonathan Woods, and myself, probably doing a few little talks as well about the organisation. But it's not just an EXP thing. As you said, it's about inviting other agents down to collaborate, see what they're up to and work together as well. Cool. Well, I absolutely love watching your journey, Gaz. As I said, every time that I look on your website, you've got all these mega listings. As you said, you seem to be alive. Not that you weren't alive, but yeah, you've got all this energy and you've got this big smile on your face. Anything else to add from your side at
Uh,
all?
No, I don't think so. I think in terms of covered pretty much my journey so far, and obviously, like in 6 months' time, let's see where we are. But
Yeah,
the only thing I would say is, on the rental side, every month you're just adding to your pot, so you get to a point where you're getting, let's say, £2,000 a month coming in.
yeah,
You push on, and you can get that to three, four, five, six, and that's my goal anyway. Is
yeah,
that
yeah,
I love having that safety net. I love the letting side of the business. It's the one I'm most confident with.
yeah,
And I am focusing on that, typically. And then once I get that to a comfortable level
yeah,
of income, then obviously I'm just going to branch out and, like you said, start talking about it to more and more people. And
yeah, yeah,
it will give me more time to help, if people do come on board. That gives you the freedom to sort of really help and pass on your knowledge
yeah.
and like go out and do valuations together, etc. So yeah,
I mean,
that's the plan.
I'm at that level now. So obviously 2.5 years in, my rental income, because I take my commission monthly, better for the landlord. And also we're more invested in the tenancy then. I'm at about circa £4,000 each month from rental income. So that kind of gives me my monthly salary. You will probably get above and beyond that much faster than I am because of the areas you cover and the sort of rents that you achieve as well. So yeah, keep up the good work. You are doing amazingly well. You're a bit of a you're not that massive on social media. I'll still ask you about your lit. How can people get hold of you? You're on Instagram, LinkedIn. I keep saying, guys, please tell your story because you're absolutely smashing it. If you do tell your story, you'll have agents reaching out to you as well. But how can people get hold of you, Gareth?
My phone.
In the pubs. Okay.
Old school phone. I'll give you a business card. No, but look, I do take it on board in terms of on LinkedIn. Yeah, I I don't know. I just basically never posted because I just didn't want to, like, if I'm doing well, I feel like it's a bit gloating, but I know that it's not. I just need to get my head around it. And then Instagram, I'm still a bit old school on that, but like I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Camillo, obviously with the marketing background, has really helped me
Yeah.
launch stuff on there a lot better. But again, I'm a work in progress. So uh, this time next year, my online presence will be much more. But at the moment, like genuinely, I'm a bit like grassroots. I'm literally head down,
Yeah.
doing viewings, and not really putting too much out there of like what I'm doing. But I think that will certainly be my next goal is to really focus on putting the message out there and helping other people get going.
Amazing. Well, guys, it's an absolute pleasure to have you as part of the organisation. You were definitely worth the polite chase in 2 years, wanting to kind of get you on board. Yeah, absolute pleasure. We love your journey. We love seeing all of your success and keep up the good work.
Well, thank you.
Cool. Okay, speak soon. Bye.